Back inside the Now Morning Show. Yes, we're talking fets, hard fets, big fets, no small fets inside Tobago for Carnival 2023. Putting that inside your spotlight on Now.
Now, happening from the 27th to the 29th of October, Tobago Carnival, it is finally here, eagerly anticipated by many, not just, of course, in our Twin Island Republic, but throughout the world. Joining us this morning is the Vice Chairman of the Tobago Promoters Association, Quincy Trim, to share with us what's on the calendar. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on with us this morning. One can only imagine the pace that you are experiencing right now as you get ready for Tobago Carnival 2023. Tell us, how has it been so far?
So far, it's been a good start to the carnival. We'll say we officially launched or officially started our Fed calendar on October the 1st with Dream by Mighty Crush Entertainment. And now as we come into basically the end of the season, everyone is excited. Juve is coming, Pretty Mass is coming, and a lot of the bigger fets are coming up from this weekend onwards.
From this weekend onwards. Okay, so fetting is starting from now. What's on the calendar? Let's start with the bigger fets, as you mentioned, first.
Well, everybody knows about Vibes with Boise on Carnival Friday, which is next week Friday. We also have the Papi Show. We also have Crowd Beach this weekend. We had Kyrie People yesterday. It was a great fet, by the way. We also have Bougie next week Thursday. We also have Rebel next week Tuesday. Most of the fets are guest appearance from artists. We have Viking Ding Dong, Problem Child, Boise, of course, Lyrical, and other artists coming next week.
Wonderful. So viewers on the screen, you'll see your fetting calendar for Tobago Carnival 2023. One of the things you mentioned, Quincy, is that there were fets that started yesterday. What has the turnout been like so far? Is it that you're seeing those from on the island itself attending, or do you already have an influx of visitors for the season?
We already have an influx of visitors. I would say visitors start coming last weekend thanks to Blue Food Festival. So you kind of have the best of both worlds opportunity. You have something cultural in the Blue Food Festival, and then you could stay to fet. Runaway by Carry People was a well-attended fet yesterday, and I assume, or I am confident that this weekend the fets will also draw larger crowds.
Do you expect to see more crowds coming in over this next week in preparation for Monday for the Carnival Parade?
For sure. The Carnival Parade is actually on Sunday, so
Apologies.
We expect larger crowds. I think this year a lot of mass bands and Juve bands have been sold out. Iconic Mass for one, Zane Carnival for two. We have Jade Monkey by Ronnie and Caro. So a lot of the larger bands are sold out. Even the small bands are selling out. So we could really see a growth in the carnival this year.
What do you think is the estimated amount of people that are going to be on the road for the Carnival Parade on Sunday?
I could estimate something from maybe 4,000 to 6,000, which is an increase from last year. I think as the carnival grows, the amount of persons on the road will actually grow as well. We'll also need to improve our room capacity because persons have to come, persons have to stay. So I think as the carnival grows, promoters, mass bands, all stakeholders will have to have serious conversations with the theatre in terms of capacity for the carnival.
Definitely. Now, tell us, you mentioned that you've seen a growth in the amount of masqueraders, or of course an estimated growth. How do you feel when you compare it to last year? Did you expect this growth?
Definitely. I think as any carnival, as it grows, you'll attract more persons, but even the quality of the carnival, even the quality of the costumes, the quality of the events. Last year we had a very loaded calendar, which may have been a detriment to some of us. And, this year, after having some serious conversations with each other, we decided that maybe we'll do more partnerships and you could actually see good results coming out of it. So will we surprised? Not really, but we are very, very thankful that the carnival has been growing, and we hoping that it keeps growing from year to year.
Tell us, how satisfied are you with the marketing for Tobago Carnival 2023 in comparison to last year?
Um, that is a loaded question. I would like to say that I am not satisfied, but at the same point in time, we have to keep it. We we have to uh, we have to take responsibility for that.
Okay. Do you have
Can
any
you hear me?
suggestions moving forward, Quincy, as to what can be done to perhaps elevate the marketing for Tobago Carnival?
For sure, we need to do it privately. I think too much as stakeholders, we try to rely on the THA, and we need to just take it on ourselves because at the end of the day, stakeholders carry the carnival, whether it be the promoters, the mass bands, the cultural aspects. We need to come together as one and do our own marketing. THA is good. THA will market for us, they will help us, but we need to also help ourselves.
Wonderful. What about the investment from corporate Tobago, in particular, corporate Trinidad and Tobago, we should say? Have you seen a vested interest over the past year as you've been preparing?
For sure. We have bigger sponsors on board this year. Last year we had Republic Bank. This year we also have Digital added to the corporate sponsor list. I think it is commendable for them to join on board, but we also need more corporate sponsors. I think corporate sponsors also have to come to terms with the fact that we are a population of 60,000 people, so the metric for giving out sponsorships needs to be adjusted as the population is a little smaller than Trinidad.
Agreed. Now, share with us as this coming week what is coming up that you would advise is not to be missed for Tobago Carnival.
For sure, I would not miss Bougie next week Thursday in Shaw Park. A loaded cast, 15 or 20 artists from Trinidad, Tobago, and across the Caribbean. I would not miss Crowd Beach this weekend. It's a nice mix there. You have some soca, but you also have some dancehall. I would not miss Revel. Revel is one that is always good on the Fetein calendar and it features Viking Ding Dong. I also won't miss Vibes with Voicey, like it's Voicey. You can't go wrong by going to Voicey Fest and Papi Show on Sunday. We also have a great cultural event in Pembroke on Sunday. I wouldn't miss it. It's a pavement lime slash street lime, free, done by 99.1 Digital and also the persons of the Pembroke community. That should be a great fuse of culture as well as soca. But trust me, there's a lot of great events on the calendar and can't wait for persons to attend and be a part of the carnival in Tobago.
I'm glad that you mentioned cultural events in particular, because of course that's one of the things that many are looking forward to, is that fusion of culture along with, of course, our Fetein culture as well, as they get ready to parade this coming, well, let me say next weekend, not this coming weekend. Tell me something. As you mentioned earlier, you have seen the people coming together to say, all right, we're not going to have as many fetes as we had last year. How well was that accepted by, let's say, all the promoters throughout Tobago and even, of course, throughout Trinidad? And what is the way moving forward when it comes to ensuring that there is that balance for parties along with cultural events?
Honestly, the promoters in Tobago are very tight knit. Most of us either went to high school with each other, grew up with each other, or are co-workers. So it was easily to make us collaborate and fuse. There was a seamless project. Moving forward, I think we just need to have, well, we already have a scheduled promoters association retreat. That retreat is very important for us as we will be talking about the giving a course of the carnival, meaning that we're going to sit down, have serious discussions, and we want a complete calendar. We want to be able to build out a calendar that we are confident in, a calendar that where Feta could have the best of both worlds, whether it be paint parties, juve parties, um, brunch, all inclusive, semi inclusive. So I think moving forward, we'll always have great events. We are inviting persons from Trinidad promoters to come and partner with us. Partnership is not a bad thing. No man is an island. If you want to go somewhere fast, you go by yourself. If you want to go somewhere far, you go together. So we definitely are trying to include everyone. We want to do collaborative efforts because is the only way to us we could see the carnival growing.
Wonderful. How has the support been from the protective services when it comes to preparations for Tobago Carnival 2023, and specifically when it comes to Fetein as well?
So far it's been good. Our goal commander, Mr. Hazel, has been great. We had private meetings with him. It's so far so good. The police have been giving us advice. The police has been helping us. It's been a very, 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 very good service done by Mr. Hazel and his staff in Tobago. They've been holding our hands in events. They've been making sure everything going smooth, and they've been, of course, protecting and serving.
This is wonderful to hear. I know many, of course, that will be a concern moving forward. So you shared with us what's going to be going on this week, but the weekend in particular, we do know a lot of people are going to be flying in. Assuming that there's going to be costume collection happening this week into the weekend, is that the way that it works, or do you see perhaps 1 or 2 days of distribution?
Well, I'm a first-time masquerader, so I got my email last night, actually. So costume collection would be starting on the 24th to the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. You have 4 days to collect your costumes all day. TOCA, which is the Tobago Masterman Association, actually set up a mass hub in Shore Park. So besides going to collect your costumes, if you haven't purchased a costume, you could actually go around and see costumes, ask questions, get knowledge about the route and what to expect on the road.
Wonderful. So all these logistics are in place for Tobago Carnival 2023. It's destined for success. Quincy, before we end this conversation, you just mentioned that you are a first-time masquerader. What is one thing that you are looking forward to for this Carnival 2023?
The vibe. You know, I have a lot of friends that not from Trinidad and Tobago, and they always ask me how is mass. So, you know, I give the generic answer is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So actually, to experience it for myself on I guess, a smaller scale than Trinidad, I'm excited for that because I'm trying or I'm attempting to go play mass next year in Trinidad. So to me, this is the warm-up for next year, as well as I would say it's a little more controlled. So I'm actually excited to experience the culture, experience what is mass in Tobago. I'm actually very, very excited.
Wonderful. Well, wishing you all the best and knowing that you're going to have an incredible time, hoping that you and the team have a successfully executed Tobago Carnival 2023 and that we see many more. Thank you, Quincy, for being with us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Quincy Trim, the Vice Chairman of the Tobago Promoters Association, sharing with us the Fetein calendar for Tobago Carnival 2023. Stay tuned. Soca Titans is coming up next, right here on Now.
Yo! I'm not going no small fret. Let me extend my apologies. Only big fret with big flag going overhead like canopy. Rag in me back pocket with a white vest, sneakers and wallabies. Knife tips and tight pants.